We start with developing news tonight. 6 people are dead and many more hurt after this crash on I-10 near Tonopah. Both sides were closed for hours this afternoon. Right now, only the eastbound lanes of I-10 are still closed. DPS tells us this happened this afternoon with the crash involving multiple cars and tractor trailers, and several of them caught fire. Right now, we're trying to learn more about what caused that crash.
Good morning, David and Jen. This happened last night at about 5:30 during the dinner rush right here on Boylston Street inside the always busy Chick-fil-A here behind me. Now, here's what Boston police say about what happened. They say an off-duty officer was in the restaurant when 2 people ran in, being chased by a man with a knife who appeared to be trying to stab those 2 individuals. The off-duty officer identified themselves, yelled to drop the knife, and then opened fire, shooting and killing the would-be attacker, who was pronounced dead at the hospital. The officer was also taken to the hospital to be evaluated, but it's unclear if they were injured. Given how crowded this area was, there were plenty of witnesses, and investigators want more people to come forward.
We need the help of everybody that knows anything about what happened here if we're to get to the bottom of it, if we're going to get to the truth, and if we're going to get to an understanding of what happened in this very chaotic situation.
The DA going on to say there is video that they are reviewing, but again, urging anyone who saw anything to contact police. Boylston Street between Clarendon and Exeter was shut down yesterday for hours, but the road is back open now this morning. For now, we're live and back.
Tonight, a state of emergency as wildfires rage across parts of South Carolina. The largest, more than 1,000 acres, burning out of control near the popular Myrtle Beach area. Many forced to flee.
Hurry, baby!
You can hear the panic from residents in the danger zone.
It's definitely nerve-wracking.
The flames fueled by dry conditions and strong winds. A rare red flag warning issued Saturday.
We saw this fire really flare up. We could even see flames from our studio here in Myrtle Beach, 5 miles away.
Now, an urgent effort to attack the flames from every angle. Choppers and planes seen making water drops throughout the day. Russell Hubright is with the state's Forestry Commission.
The problem here, really, that we're trying to handle as best we can is you have some woods that are very flammable.
Wildfires also spread out across hundreds of acres in North Carolina, including the Melrose Fire in the Blue Ridge Mountains. Thick smoke can be seen for miles, the flames slicing through this hillside. Officials are asking the public to stay vigilant with burn bans in place across both states. Back in South Carolina, residents on edge tonight, watching and waiting for any signs of relief.
We were definitely pretty concerned it was going to blow this way, and then when it did, that's when it really got hectic and stressful.
Well, even in just the last couple of minutes, we've watched these flames multiply, and the concern for fire officials moving into the next couple of days is they are expecting the winds to pick back up, and they could carry embers and flames to new dry ground. Hallie?
Emily Aketa, thank you. Let's get right to WNBC meteorologist Matt Brickman. And Matt, there may be some good news later on this week for the crews battling these wildfires, right?
Yeah, Hallie, rain eventually, but it has been such a dry start to the year. Moderate to severe drought across the Carolinas, that dry vegetation. And then yesterday, a front goes through with 30 to 40 mile-an-hour winds. That is the setup for dramatic wildfire spread, which is what we had a day ago. So we need rain. We're dry Sunday, dry Monday. Tuesday, system is shifting east, but triggering severe weather for parts of Arkansas, Louisiana, and Mississippi. You could see tornadoes and damaging winds along with hail. By Wednesday, that system moves into the Carolinas, but it's a quick hitter. It's not going to solve those drought concerns, likely less than an inch of rain all totaled, and could bring some severe weather to the East Coast as well. Hallie.
Moving on, Germany's next leader, Friedrich Merz, is calling for a discussion on nuclear sharing with France and UK, the only nuclear powers in Western Europe. Merz has argued that the U.S. strategy is shifting under Donald Trump, and therefore Europe needs greater defense independence. France, however, has rejected the idea. France's defense minister, Sébastien Lecornu, says France's nuclear deterrence is French and will remain French. The president alone decides when to use it, and there will be no formal guarantees for European partners. While talking about UK, Britain's nuclear weapons fall under NATO's umbrella, providing some protection to Europe. However, experts say the UK's arsenal relies heavily on US missiles and warheads, raising questions about its independence. Analysts say, as uncertainty surrounds America's future commitment, Europe is facing a growing security dilemma. They also point to the limited size of France's and Britain's arsenals compared to that of US or Russia. According to the Stockholm International Peace Research Institute, France has 219 nuclear warheads and Britain has 225. The US, however, has 3,708. Analysts also note that Russia takes the US as a nuclear opponent seriously, but views European states differently. France could offer a limited cooperation, inviting allies to join nuclear exercises or deploying nuclear-capable jets in partner countries. But experts say any such arrangement would be on French terms, which is without guarantees or shared decision-making.
Israel is facing criticism for cutting off food and other humanitarian aid into Gaza. It comes after the first phase of the ceasefire deal ended yesterday. Israel warns there could be more consequences if Hamas doesn't accept a new proposal to extend the ceasefire deal. Hamas called Israel's decision to cut off aid a, quote, war crime and a blatant attack on their truce. In the second phase, Hamas could release dozens of remaining hostages in return for an Israeli pullout from Gaza and a lasting ceasefire. Negotiations on the second phase were meant to start a month ago, but haven't begun yet. The U.S. Middle East envoy is expected to visit the region in the coming days.
5 minutes, 10 minutes with Donald Trump. All of your experience, let's say you get to sit in a room. Let's hope there's no full-blown argument. What would you say to him?
I will say, sir, you have a tremendous responsibility to assume in this very tough time. This is the battle between democracy and autocracy. So you can, if you leave now Europe, you can be sure that in a few years, perhaps you will not be there, but your successors will face a terrible chaos in terms of power struggles. So you have allies on the other side of the Atlantic. Yes, they need to do and they must do their job, and I fully agree with you. But gives them another chance. We have been allied for so many years. We have provided peace and security since the Second World War. Thank you very much, Mr. President. But we dramatically need to put that forward and give more responsibility and more confidence to Europeans. But it is not time to leave the Europe drift from the US. That will be a chaos.
Stranger, I am lost. My mind's a maze, I'm just a toast. Just a toast. Can you tell me who I am? Don't be scared now, take my hand.